Welcome everyone, I'm Michelle Schumann, I'm the Artistic Director of the Austin Chamber Music Center. We have our festival going right now and I'm so happy to be here with Daniel Ching of the fantastic Miro String Quartet. Thank you for being here with me today.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah. So you just got in town, you were in Japan for 3 weeks.
We were,
right.
Yeah, we were in Japan for 3 weeks.
Uh-huh.
Played a Beethoven cycle.
Uh-huh.
So that was, and then we spent about 4 days right after that in wine country. Playing a couple concerts.
Oh,
so. Yeah, so
nice.
we didn't come directly from Japan, but still a little off time-wise. But
how are your audiences in Japan? I've heard that Japanese audiences are just really amazing.
They're amazing. They're amazing. So like, probably the best place for a Beethoven cycle.
Yeah.
Because they sold out all the concerts. It was only about it was an intimate space, about 300 seats.
Beautiful. Great
Yeah,
way to sit.
perfect for that. But you know, it's hardcore audience. A bunch of them came with scores. Some of them would come back and be like, "This is really interesting what you did with this," and you know, what about this? And so it was really fun.
Amazing.
Really fun. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. A lot of continuity between the concerts in terms of audience members.
Yeah.
So
What a thrill to be able to do that. Yeah, great. And you guys perform all around the world, of course. And then you're going to be playing the Austin Chamber Music Festival. And of course you play in Austin. How many times a year is your regular kind of stint in Austin?
Usually around 3.
Yeah.
For the university, between 3 and 4.
Yeah. How does it change between playing for an audience that you may not know and playing kind of for the home team, or like being able to, like, how does that feel as a performer?
You know, I mean, playing at home is probably in some ways the most pressure-filled for us because we know so many people and we don't we're playing for the home team, for the home crowd, but you know, we don't want to let them down, so we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to do our best. And playing for other crowds, it's of course exciting and fun to be where we are, but you know, it's like a new experience. You don't know them, you don't know the space, you don't know. So
you kind of feel them out while you're playing at the same time.
You totally do. So for example, like in Japan, you can feel the energy. I mean, they're, as a society, they're more reserved in how they show their enthusiasm. They are very enthusiastic, but it's more inward. So you, as you play, you can kind of feel that, but they're right there with you. Whereas, you know, in a lot of audiences around the U.S., you can feel it like right from the beginning. You're like, wow, you feel this energy.
Excitement.
But yeah, the Austin crowd definitely has the outward, like, it's a great feeling to play at home.
Yeah, and you have tons of fans here.
We're very, very fortunate.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say our tickets are fantastic for your concert, which is really.
They're your fans too. They're really, you know, and what's really great, I think, having played for your series before, is like your crowd is different than the ones. There's some overlap, but you have such an eclectic crowd. It's really great to like play for the other Austin crowd.
Yeah. No, and it's so great because again, I know that you guys play in Austin several times a year, but there's something kind of special when you play for our festival too, and our audiences really feel that too, and you belong at this festival in such a powerful way because you are in Austin, but you are, you know, some of the world's leading string quartet players, so it's really cool. So we're super excited. So let's talk about the program a little bit. You're doing Schubert and Beethoven Opus 131. You guys are in the middle of a pretty big Schubert project right now.
We are, yeah. So Beethoven's always been ongoing for us, obviously, having played the cycle. With the Schubert, we've been doing a lot of the late quartets, you know, which includes the Schubert G major, which is one of the pieces we're playing, Death and Maiden, Rosamund Quartet. We've done the Schubert cello quintet, you know, at times, and and this is really, the Schubert G major is really, it's the longest one. It's the longest string quartet.
So how long is that for him? Because when you say long for a composer, when you say long for Schubert,
it's long. It's long even for him. It's not quite as long as the great C major symphony, but it's getting there. It's around 50 minutes, 50. For a string quartet to be playing for 50 minutes straight is pretty daunting. But it's, you know, in Schubert's own way, completely, it's the perfect length. You know, he goes through all his beautiful melodies and all his different forms, and so the Schubert has been something that's been part of our repertoire for a long time, and we're trying to do it while we can, you know, because it takes an incredible amount of physical standpoint.
No doubt. I was kind of thinking about that on the way over here. By the way, we're in your beautiful home, so in case anyone was wondering about the background. I was thinking about Schubert, and musicians especially love Schubert so much, and I was thinking, golly, I love Schubert so much, and what is it about Schubert that we love? And I was kind of thinking he brings together so many great attributes of, obviously it's his own voice, but you get the power. It's as powerful as Beethoven, as most powerful. And you almost get the transparency of Mozart in there too. Yeah. And then, we have a little visitor.
Hi. Hold on a second.
And hi, how are you?
That's one of my children talking.
That's okay. In the other interviews, we had dogs. We had
good.
a lot of dog cameo appearances. Ida Kavafian, we got to see both of her dogs.
That's great. Was she hold?
She has Vishlas.
Oh, Vishlas, okay.
These are kind of hunting dogs and pointers.
Okay, so she wasn't exactly carrying them.
I think she does.
She does. I know she and Steve love them.
Yeah. So anyway, back to Schubert, and then he brings in this drama from the songs that he wrote, and so almost as dramatic as like any of the great Italian opera composers. So I feel like he kind of brings all of that together, and yet has his own voice for that.
He does, and this G major quartet is no different. Mm-hmm. The first two movements, you feel like you've already listened to an amazing symphony / opera, melodrama. We're cranking away, playing these giant chords, and it's just like, the first movement itself is like 15 minutes long.
Yeah, wow.
And you feel like you've heard an entire piece, and then there's this more. It's amazing. So. Hi, sure. So, I just wanted to add on to that with Schubert. I don't mind you being in here. I don't think anyone else does either. So, and with Schubert too, even though he can be on this huge scale, at the same time he has the power of bringing you into this really intimate place. Sometimes more than any other composer too. There's just that. I think in that way he and Beethoven share that gift of really kind of sharing their most intimate thoughts. Yeah. And with the string quartet, of course, we think it's the best medium for that. For to really hear their inner voice, and I think Schubert does in his own natural way. Yeah. The similar thing. You really feel everything he's gone through. Schubert, he only lived till he was 31, and you can see all the beauty that he enjoyed, but at the same time, some anguish and
pain.
Love.
Yeah, it's really amazing. And then you're doing Beethoven Opus 131. Yes. I have a little weird question to ask you. Maybe it's weird. You can say I'm not going to answer that question. But
no question is weird. We'll see.
Don't say that yet. So the Emerson String Quartet played in Austin last year, and they did Opus 131.
Oh, okay.
So tell me, from a string player's view and a string quartet player's view, like I could talk to you about pianists and how different pianists have like this. Bring a different thing. Yeah. How would you say that the Miros bring something? What is the different thing that Miros bring to this piece versus the Emersons? So it's kind of a weird question. But
no, it's not. It's not.
But every string quartet has their, the sort of characteristics that make them rich in a way. And how do you kind of describe that for the Miros?
I think okay, he's gonna be here with me now.
Okay, cool. You missed your daddy, didn't you?
Miss me?
You glad he's back?
You want to hear about this?
Do you know you're on a video right now?
Yes.
Are you excited?
Say hi?
No.
Okay. In some ways, the Opus 131 is a perfect piece for a string quartet to show its own individual voice because it's made of 7 movements that run straight through. They're kind of like character pieces, and they are played without pause. So in that way, I think the quartet and in our Miro Quartet can really show its individual
I can see you, Daddy.
Yes, you can. And I feel like the 4 of us really find a way to kind of bring these 7 different emotional pieces together, but in a kind of, I wouldn't say exaggerated emotional place, but in we really feel like while you're in that particular movement, that you're really feeling and living in that emotion, not necessarily looking back to what just happened or looking forward to. So
being present with that.
Right there, and I feel like we do a good job with that part of the piece, and I think other quartets bring other other aspects of that.
Yeah.
But I really do think that we like to live in that moment and not really feel like you're just waiting to get out of that because this first movement is so depressing and I want to get out of this. But we like being there.
Yeah.
So I feel like we really commit ourselves to those moments in each of the movements.
Yeah. I always tell my students that you can't play the music, you have to be the music.
Yeah.
So you have to be that emotional place, otherwise you can't, if you're not feeling it, how could you possibly expect anyone else?
That's right. Hey, buddy. Sorry.
What's your name?
What's your name?
Brian, of course.
Brian, of course, yes. And Brian, you play the violin too, right?
But it's too hard.
It's hard,
It is
right?
hard.
It's maybe even harder when your parents play the violin too,
Do you
right?
have to practice every day?
No.
No.
That's good. I bet your mommy and daddy practice every day.
And Daddy had like a little skin part coming out.
Hey.
And
Okay. Yep. I have lots of skin when I play. Okay. Do you want to go join your brother? Okay.
But
Can you
Daddy,
Can you wait
I want fingers.
after this? If you're quiet for the rest of the time. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, bud.
Very cute. So one more question.
Yeah.
I was thinking about young quartets, and you guys are not young. Well, I mean you're young. I mean don't get me wrong. We're young.
We're still young. Yeah.
But like I was thinking about the kind of milestones for a young quartet. Like if they want to become a professional quartet, and they're pretty established milestones of what you kind of need to or should do.
Right.
Try to win some competitions, try to play some festivals, try to get that pre-professional residency, try to get the professional residency and play these big halls. What does the next 5 or 10 or 20 years look for the Miro Quartet? What do the landmarks become after that point?
I mean, actually, it's interesting that you asked this.
Do you guys have a meeting?
We haven't. No, we haven't actually. I do think that there's a landmark on the horizon. We have some really exciting stuff coming up this fall. You have to look at our website to see what it is.
Oh,
but
good. Everyone check it out.
It does have something to do with the Schubert G major quartet. That's the centerpiece of it.
Yeah.
But we were beneficiaries of a pretty incredible gift that we want to pay forward to the music world.
Right.
And so we think that we've kind of found a way to kind of bring our music to as many people as we can and engage people in classical music in kind of non-traditional ways. So you have to watch our website coming up this fall. And I do really believe in hindsight we will look at this and see that this is going to be a milestone for us.
Awesome.
So the timing is great because it does have.
So it's about reaching new audiences in new ways and in innovative ways.
It is, right? and I think it'll also change the way we kind of we feel how we share our music with people because it really is about sharing and getting this music out, and the more that we can get people involved in it, so that it's not just a passive activity.
Right.
So as an industry, classical music has its challenges. I mean, with your audience, it's great. You've done an amazing job. There's always more work.
You want to fill your hall, but it's not about filling halls. It's about like accessibility for everyone and finding a way to reach out.
Doing the outreach portion of it is really important.
Yeah.
So I mean that's one of the things. There's a lot of things we want to do at the university still with the program. We have the graduate string quartet. We want to grow that.
Yeah.
We're going to grow our chamber music program in general and just make the music school a bigger part of the university as a whole. So
great.
Yeah.
Well, we're so lucky to have you guys in Austin, and Austin loves you, and we love you, and I just wanted to tag on when you said you don't want you want the music to be as integrated with the audience and not have it be a passive event. And everyone who's seen the Miro Quartet knows that it's never a passive event watching you guys. Like that we have this sense that we're feeling the music with you and with the hearing the incredible sounds that you guys make, and even the visual is so powerful, the way you communicate. So it's just super exciting. And I know this event is going to be really, really exciting.
Well,
so
we
I'm
appreciate
so
you having this on your series.
Yeah.
It's a great festival that you run. So
Thank you.
really
And I know that
appreciate
you're starting a vacation right now. Bless you. And that you're even taking a day off your vacation to play the festival. So yay! Thank you.
Actually, that's going to be the beginning of a long summer for us.
Indeed.
It's a great way to kick it off. So.
Great. Well, thanks a lot.
Well, thank you.
And we'll all see you at the festival very soon.
Bye.